Hi everyone. We require your attention for this video covering the rules and code of conduct at CG Airsoft. Please be aware that these rules can change as the experience is refined over time. All players are required to follow these rules, so please stay tuned until this presentation is over. Violating these rules can involve you being sent home, you missing out on games, or you being banned from the facility. If you have not chronographed or checked in yet, please wait until after this video is done to proceed with that process. First, we're going to go over the staging area rules. The staging area is considered anywhere outside of the field airlock or the door leading into the chronograph room. Before you enter the field, you must have proper rated eye protection on. At CG Airsoft, proper rated eye protection is ANSI rated or equivalent to Z87.1 plus or higher, has a full seal around your eyes, and has a retention strap. Once on the field, you must not take these off under any circumstances. Even if you're fogging or there's any other issues you need to deal with, please come off the field and take it off to deal with the issues here and not in there. Face protection is mandatory for minors, but it is highly recommended for all players inside our facilities. Inside the staging area, eye protection is not required, so we want to make sure that our guns are safe and observing proper safety rules, so that way no mistakes happen. Treat every airsoft gun as if it is loaded. Please make sure that your gun fulfills these conditions in this order. The magazine is out of the gun, the chamber is clear, the safety of the gun is on, and a barrel sock with an elastic retention band is affixed on the gun. All guns at Siege require a functional mechanical safety as well as a trigger guard. If you're using an HPA gun, please make sure the line is disconnected. For people using handguns or that have pistols, make sure that the magazine is out of the gun, the chamber is clear, and if you do have a safety, please engage that. Also, if you have a holster, please put the pistol inside the holster. If you do not have a holster for whatever reason, try to make sure that the slide is locked back like this. If you're using grenades, please make sure that the pin is safely and securely attached to the grenade. Do not dry fire inside the safe area. If for some reason your gun is having an issue, please let a staff member know and we will verify the gun is safe before addressing that issue and helping you out. It is up to all of us to make sure that the staging area stays clean. If for some reason you have any garbage or you make a mess, please be sure just to clean up after yourself. If you need cleaning supplies, just ask one of the staff and we will gladly provide something for you. Keep all garbage in proper bins. Bins are located either inside the rooms or in the main staging area. If you need to head off the field for any reason, please be sure that you do not have any airsoft guns on you. This does include pistols or anything that resembles a gun on your body. If smoking or vaping, please be sure to have an adequate distance from the doorway and dispose of all butts or any materials in their proper receptacles. All guns at CG Airsoft are to be chronographed and tagged. Our chronograph rules are as follows. All guns must be shooting 1.34 joules with the hop-up off if possible, with any BB up to a 0.3. All guns chronographed must have properly charged batteries and filled gas tanks. Any guns not meeting that criteria will not be allowed for use on our field. We will be periodically checking chronograph bands throughout the day. The chronograph bands that you get will match colors with your corresponding wristband and be matched with the dates. After we are done chronographing, and because we turn the hop-up off when we do so, all players must zero their guns. CG Airsoft is a large indoor field with varied cover. We do require that all players be accountable for their own accuracy. You are allowed to bring your own BBs to CG Airsoft, provided they conform with our standards. All BBs must be under 0.3 grams, they must not be biodegradable, and they must be 6 millimeters in diameter. Bio BBs, silica, glass, or metal BBs are not allowed at the field. Periodically throughout the day, the staff will be walking around the tables and we will be doing spot checks on the brands and the types of BBs that you have. The schedule of play can be found right beside the front desk, so if you have any questions about our schedule, please ask one of the staff and refer to it. Players that don't show up for briefings or are unaware of the game rules may not play that game. Simply put, if you don't know what's going on, you're not allowed on the field. Now we're going to get onto the field rules. Like I said earlier, the field is considered anywhere beyond the airlock. The chronograph area is considered part of the field, so make sure that you do have your eye protection on before entering under any circumstances. We are a semi-automatic only field. This means that one BB is fired per trigger pull and release. This applies to all aspects of the field, including the range. Burst fire, automatic, and binary triggers are not allowed on our facilities. It only takes one BB on any part of your body to kill you. This includes any extremities, as well as any kit that you might be wearing. So getting hit on the pouch or the backpack does count. When you are hit, yell hit loudly, and please walk back to respawn or off the field depending on the game rules. It is recommended to yell dead man walking and to wave your arms around cover when walking to respawn or off the field. If possible, having something like a red kill light or a red kill rag can help you from getting overshot. Please move out of the way when you are shot, and usually overshooting issues will be resolved. Dead players do not talk. Once you are hit, you cannot communicate with your teammates. This includes gesticulating, pointing things out, or other forms of information sharing. Once you respawn and are back in game, you may then share information with them freely. Please do not blind fire at the field. You must have a clear line of sight to your target from your gun in order to shoot. This also counts for pistols. Please do not cant your wrists around cover, and if you are performing quick peeks or jump shots, your head must clear the barricade with or before your gun. There is no minimum engagement distance at Siege Airsoft. We all sign up to shoot and get shot at. That being said, please do not give a shot you yourself would not take. To elaborate on that, this includes mercy or bang bang rules. Mercy or bang bang rules at our field are totally optional. If you see an opportunity to shoot someone at close range, it is up to you to give them a mercy and it's up to them to take it. Our general advice at the field is shoot first, ask questions later. Ricochets. On the topic of ricochets, ricochets do not count at Siege Airsoft. However, if you do call it a ricochet, you cannot uncall a hit. Friendly fire. Friendly fire is not so friendly and it does count. Please make sure you know who your teammates are before shooting. In the event of a trade where two players shoot each other at or around the same time, both players are out. If for some reason you want to have some sort of civil discussion about it or play rock, paper, scissors, you may take that option. However, the likely outcome is while you guys are sorting it out, somebody's going to come around and shoot you both anyways. So our advice is trades are just a simultaneous kill, both players are out. Forced trades are an entirely different story. A forced trade is when you shoot someone and they intentionally or unintentionally turn around and shoot you back. In the case of a forced trade, the person forcing the trade on the other player is out. If there's any issues with that, please contact a ref or deal with it civilly. On the topic of gun hits, if your weapon gets hit with the BB, it is considered a disabling hit. You will yell gun hit and you will count down from 10. Once you reach 0, you will yell back in and that weapon is back in play. If you have a secondary, you may switch that secondary while continuing the count, and then when you're finished, you can bring the weapon back in play. If you do not have a secondary for whatever reason, you can still move around and act normally. That weapon is just disabled for those 10 seconds. The referees will periodically spot check players that they consider problematic or players that they feel are not calling it. Hit checks are considered regular shots, so please call it out. Of course, the referees will not hit check intentionally. We will do so only to audit the honesty of the crowd. The golden rule of Airsoft in terms of hit calling is when in doubt, call it out. There is a lot of cover out there and it's been placed for game balancing reasons. Please do not move or climb any of it. Obviously, please do not create any gaps or any damage to the cover to shoot through. That is considered property damage. There will be no melee weapons on play at the field at Siege Airsoft. Please leave all the LARPy knives at home. Now we're going to go into grenade rules. For open play and newbie night sessions, grenades must be BB throwing grenades. Grenades are BB hit, BB kill, and operate on good faith. If you feel a grenade has killed you, it likely has. There is no kill radius for grenades at Siege Airsoft. Grenades must be thrown underhand only, and they can only be thrown through a port of entry or in an open area. For example, you can throw a grenade through a doorway or a window, provided you're on the same level, but you cannot Hail Mary a grenade across the field or throw it over the kill house walls. If you have any questions about that, a basic answer is, if you can shoot through it, you're fine to throw a grenade through it. The only exception to this rule is please do not drop grenades down from the second floor or throw them up. These grenades can be heavy and not everybody is wearing a helmet. We do not want people getting their heads injured from grenades. If your grenade does not go off or is considered a dud, it does not count. As with all things at Siege Airsoft, please do not pick up or throw back other people's grenades. Please don't jump on them either. There's no heroism in that. These are some examples of prohibited weapons and accessories not allowed on the field at Siege Airsoft. This is not an exhaustive list. If you're not sure if your item can be used, please ask one of the staff members for clarification before using it on the field. These include shields of any kind, visible lasers, IR lasers for low-light games without proper documentation, blade triggers, bayonets, and for open play and newbie night sessions, pyrotechnic, primer, or smoke grenades. Airsoft is a high-intensity activity. We do expect a degree of maturity and respect on the field as a bare minimum. We expect players to be accountable for themselves, their team, and finally, the enemy team. Remember, the person that you're playing against one day might be your teammate the next, so please be accountable for your actions. If you can, it's best to talk things out. Usually things are just simple misunderstandings. If for some reason that is not possible, please come to a staff member and clearly identify the issue and the person before addressing it. Saying that guy over there in black when there's 30 other people in here wearing that does not help us out. Any potential criminal actions in the field, such as theft, assault, verbal abuse, or threats, are not tolerated under any circumstances. Those kinds of things will be reported to local law enforcement, and that person will be either sent home or banned from our facilities. Don't be that person that ruins Airsoft for the rest of us. If for some reason you need to review the rules or check this video again, please go to our YouTube channel or check out the various QR codes posted around the field and facilities. Thank you for waiting till the end, and now you may ask questions after the referees are done doing their final checks and final explanations. Thanks for coming out to CHRONOGRAPH, and we hope you have a good day here.